Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day, the day we all get to claim to be Irish. Some of us are, some of us just get to claim it. But happy day. And welcome to Asbury Memorial. It's a loving community here on the corner of Henry and Waters where everyone is always welcome. Located near the chair, or in the center chair, the chair in the center aisle, let's try it that way today. You'll find a red pad if you would be so kind as to write your attendance down there. That way we get to know who's here, and if you haven't been here for a while, we can check on you, make sure you're doing okay, because we care about you. We want you to know that you're well. So just write down your name, show that you're here. If you're not receiving Asbury emails, put your email address down and we'll see that you're on that list. And then pass it back and take a look to see who's sitting with you. And if you happen to not know some names, it's a great way to start to learn names. And speaking of names, we all know the show Cheers, where everybody knows your name. We kind of want to be a little like that here at Asbury and know everybody's name. And so if you plan to attend regularly, we'd love to get you a name tag. It's a little board next to the big magnetic board out in the hallway. If you will very legibly write your name, we will see that you have a name tag so everybody can know your name. And after the service, please follow the crowd back to the social hall for light refreshments, and more importantly, for wonderful fellowship. And if you'd like to learn more about our programs, there's a little table in the back right-hand corner called the Connection Corner, and you can go there and somebody will help you learn what goes on here at Asbury and also help you meet others because we want you to be part of this community. And speaking of the Connection Corner, the person whose brainchild that was and who runs it and organizes it is Susan Bolinger, and she has an announcement for us today, except that she'll be wearing her missions hat today.
Morning. Stop me if you've heard this before. So a Methodist walks into a church and meets a Jew, 4 Muslims, a couple of Baptists, a Catholic, a couple of UUs, and a Lutheran. Oh, I'm sorry, you might think that's an opening line to a joke, but that is my experience last fall when I walked into my first congregations and service. But I'm done. 15 years ago, Congregations and Service was started by a number of faith communities who wanted to very intentionally spend some time together, getting to know each other, breaking down any walls, and they decided to do it instead of over coffee or lunch, over service projects that benefit different nonprofits in Savannah. Your opportunity, if you've not participated in Congregations and Service, is the end of this month. March 30th and March 31st, both Saturday and Sunday. You have an opportunity, like I did, to walk into a church, have some breakfast, have a multi-faith worship service, and then get to know some people from other congregations. Now, there's no promising that it'll be multi-faith because Saturday it is holy day for our Jewish friends, and we don't know how many Muslims will be able to attend, but now when I see the people whom I met that Saturday out at the Tri-Faith service, we already have a connection to each other. We've already laughed. We've already done some good in the community together. So it's the beginning of a friendship. If you're interested, come to the Connection Corner. There's more information back there. Hope to see you at Congregations and Service March 30th or 31st.
Thank you, Susan. Great opportunity. Okay, we hope you'll join us for Wednesday night suppers. They start at 5:45. We do need you to make a reservation by tomorrow so that we're sure we have plenty of food for everybody. It's a great meal. And remember that for every 3 meals we purchase, an additional meal goes to feed a senior through the Meals on Wheels program. So not only do we get to fellowship, have good food, but we get to contribute and help out in the community. So please make your reservations by tomorrow for that. And then following Wednesday night supper, every Wednesday during Lent, we have a Taizé service from 6:30 to 7. It's a quiet time, a time of centering prayer, and it is over by 7 so people can go to choir or the Wednesday night study group. Be here for it. It's lovely. It's meaningful. And we offer programs every Sunday for children and adults starting at 10 o'clock. You can read about them in our monthly newsletter, which you can get online, or you can pick up a hard copy back in the narthex. Be sure to to check that publication out, whether online or in paper, because it tells you so much about what's happening here at church that we don't have time to tell you from up here. We have 3 new member orientation classes a year. The next one will be the end of May, I think. Yes, the end of May. So if you're looking for a church home and would be like, you notice I can't talk today? I'm not quite sure what happened. Too much sleep, maybe. Anyway, if you're looking for a church home, we would love to have you be part of this church family. It truly is a church family, a very caring place. You can contact Candace in the church office or talk with her after the service to sign up for that or learn more about that class. At this time, please do double check these things. Make sure that they are off or silenced. We don't want any little emergency signals going off in the service and interrupting us. Got that, choir? Mary Prokop says yes, she's already taken care of it. Thank you. Hope the rest of you have. Thank you so much for being with us today, for choosing to be here. It's always a choice, and we're grateful that you've chosen to be here, and hope you have a very meaningful worship service. Thank you.
Stand for the call to worship. Covenant God, God of Abraham and of Sarah, we come before you. Keep your word. Covenant God, God of Amos and Jeremiah, we come before you. You will keep your promise. Covenant God, God of Mary and Jesus, we come before you. Covenant God, whose love is sealed in the waters of baptism, help us to trust you. Amen.